wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to Salam Media, live streaming on www.salammedia.com with your host, Appa Fatimah Khoele Mokaba. An ECD practitioner is a teacher or professional who facilitates the development of children between birth and primary school. ECD practitioners have a unique set of skills to help children develop their cognitive abilities, attitudes, and skills. Children who are placed in an ECD care center or of trained ECD staff have shown to have greater cognitive acuity, emotional development, interpersonal skills. This allows the learners to perform better in formal education environment and boost their confidence. Having said that, we are with Sister Kaylianne Aploon-Zokufa, who is basically a woman in education. She is a lecturer in the Institute of Post-School Studies, IPSS, at the University of Western Cape, UWC, in the Faculty of Education. She holds a PhD in adult education with a specific focus on childhood development with the ECD practitioners, learning pathways and access in her higher education. Before she joined UWC, she completed a master's degree in curriculum studies at the University of Cape Town. Her interest shifted to adult learning during a 6-year period of teaching, training, and facilitating adult education, and training programs in workplaces and ECD programs at Technical Vocational Education and Training. Good morning, Sister Kaylianne, and welcome.
Good morning, Fatima. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
It's a pleasure. We are so glad that we have you on our show and hoping to learn much from you. Can you hear me, Sister Kaylianne?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Um, we'll move on right into the program. Tell us more about yourself and what do you do?
Okay, so as mentioned, I am a lecturer in the Institute for Post-School Studies in the Faculty of Education at the University of the Western Cape. And in our department specifically, we teach adult learners who work in community colleges, in technical, vocational education and training colleges. And we also work with anyone who would like to work in post-schooling, work with youth and adults who are in post-schooling. In the broader faculty, we also have programs in the B.Ed foundation phase, senior phase, and the FET phase, and then also in higher education studies. So anyone who would like to be a teacher can apply at our faculty, and they may be accepted to study in one of our departments.
Oh, wow, that's actually very great news. Thank you for that. And share more light with us with regards to ECD and its importance.
Yes, before I started at the University of the Western Cape, I worked
Yeah.
as a facilitator in learnerships where early childhood development practitioners would come to the TVET college and they would do ECD level 1, ECD level 4, and ECD level 5. And
Okay.
these women, they were working in communities, as creche teachers and ECD teachers, but they didn't really have formal qualification to actually teach at that level.
Mm.
And you can imagine, Fatima, learners between the age of 0, children
Mhm.
between the age of 0 and 5, what they need to learn to get them ready for school and to get them ready for life. We're talking about reading,
Mhm.
writing, fine motor skills, listening. All of those skills are necessary to be able to develop and prepare them for school. Yet they are being taught by wonderful women, excellent, brave, courageous women. But
Mm.
these women do not actually have the qualification or the training to teach those skills to young learners. And we
Yeah.
know what challenges we have in school with reading and writing. And so we often say that those challenges are due to grade 1, grade 2, and grade 3 teachers who are not able to sort of support those learners. But in
True.
actual fact, it starts much earlier with ECD.
Yeah, that's very true. So, with that, why is it important for the ECD practitioner themselves to be this well trained?
ECD practitioners do so much more than just teach children
Mm,
about the basics of reading and writing and numeracy. They take care of them, their full body. They help them emotionally, socially, physically. Surely we should give these women access to training to be able to know how to do those things. Yes,
mm,
most of the women who enter these learnerships are mothers themselves, and so they learn on the job by being a mother how to take care of a child. But it does take more specialized skills to teach young children in
true.
preparation for schooling.
Yeah, that's actually very true. But then you find a bit of a clash in between there. Where why does our government overlook the ECD practitioners, and why do they have limited access into higher education?
That was the question of my PhD study. While I was working with these ECD women during a 6-year period at TVET College, I actually started helping them trying to access higher education because we thought that the certificates that they are gaining at the TVET College could help them to gain access into higher education, into university. And so we started trying, finding information and looking for access opportunities for some of them, and we just hit dead ends upon dead ends upon dead ends. Universities didn't respond to many of the applications because these were older women, who had
Mm,
left school many years ago. They also didn't take the anything that the women did after school, such as the ECD level 1, 4, and 5 program at TVET colleges. Nobody, universities didn't take those certificates into consideration in the application. Universities wanted to see the matric results, which many of the women could not complete,
don't have.
particularly because of apartheid and the history of South Africa. And so
Yeah.
it was a very, very, very difficult time for the women because they felt like they are studying, they're completing these ECD learnerships, but nothing is coming of it. They couldn't actually apply for better work, for remuneration with those
Mm,
certificates. It was basically just a program that taught them how to take care of children and how to teach children, but it wasn't helping them change their
true.
life and help them get out of poverty.
Sure, subhanallah, that is so actually so sad. But is there like anything that has been done thus far that they can get the higher education?
So at the moment, nothing has been done ever since I started my research. But what we
Mm,
found is that even though universities do not accept adult women, particularly, and adult learners through the traditional route, they do accept them through a program called recognition of prior learning. But that
okay.
program is only at certain universities. Some universities don't offer that program to be able to access education programs, and the only a few people can actually enter university via that route. So it's not really as accessible as we would like to think. One of the questions that I also asked through my PhD is, what? How did we miss this?
Mm,
How did the government miss this specifically?
exactly.
This teaching point of young children. We invest so much money into education. We focus so much on trying to upskill our learners, especially in foundation phases, but somehow we missed the ECD gap. And I think one of the main reasons is because ECD was located within the Department of Social Development.
Yes.
And NGOs normally then would apply for funding, and through NGOs, the ECD practitioners would receive training. But it's very limited, and obviously, the NGOs will only choose a select few for a select purpose. But
Yes.
now it has moved over to basic education, and we are hoping that now that it is housed within an education department, that there would be training for ECD practitioners, professional development, as well as a basic salary. Can you believe, Fatimah, that an ECD practitioner can actually start work at 6 a.m. in the morning and finish at 6 p.m., but they could actually leave that month and earn just 1,000 Rand or 1,500 Rand because there's no regulation for
Very
the
true.
salaries.
Oh, subhanallah, I can actually relate with that. Hey, that is exactly what happens in ECD centers where at the end of the day, at the end of the month, basically you come out with 1,000 Rand or 1,500 Rand. And when you find that these people, they have families as well, you know, their mothers, most of the time you find that there is just a woman headed house. So it makes it even more difficult for them to actually take care of their family members. Um, yeah. But you know, having said that, we just want to go on a short break and then we come back and continue our discussion.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Breaking stereotypes, moving boundaries, joining hands. Salam Media. Humanity sets the agenda.
After the recent attacks on Gaza, many families have been displaced with their homes left destroyed. Through your donations, our teams are on the ground in Gaza, providing support and delivering necessary aid to families affected. The people of Gaza need your help. Give hope. Donate today to Penny Appeal South Africa. www.pennyappeal.org.za 031 1100 573.
We are here on the ground with many appeal organizations in Gaza.
When the perfect blend of stylish decor, exquisite halal cuisine, and warm hospitality come together, it could only mean Al Bayt Lodge, your true home away from home. Al Bayt is the ideal heaven for families, business people, and tourists with its 4-star family rooms and other luxurious facilities. Conveniently situated close to Port Elizabeth Airport, the beach, and other amenities, your stay will be truly unforgettable as you'll be taking home lasting memories of the warm hospitality, the serenity and tranquility that Al Bayt has to offer. For reservations, call 041 583 6415 or visit www.albaytlodge.co.za.
Yasin Badat Financial Advisory. Are your financial goals feeling out of reach? Yasin Badat Financial Advisory is here to turn your aspirations into achievements. Our dedicated team, armed with a history of success, is ready to guide you through the complex nature of financial and investment planning. Whether you're a seasoned investor or new to the game, our personalized solutions cater to your unique goals and risk appetite. Trust in our commitment to transparency, integrity, and excellence. Ready to unlock a world of financial freedom? Partner with us today. Call Yasin Badat Financial Advisory at +27 33 346 2071 or visit www.yasinbadat.com. Yasin Badat Financial Advisory, guiding you to financial success.
Hey, Gulam.
Yeah?
Did I return your lawnmower last month?
No, bhai, you didn't.
Oh, no. Now what'll I do? I wanted to borrow it again, man.
With Randry Jewelers, you won't have to borrow or lend because the prices are so well trimmed on all gold and diamond jewelry. Alternatively, we could remake your old jewelry into a brilliant new design. Visit Randry Jewelers at 151 Stevens Lamini Road, Musgrave, Durban. Randry Jewelers, the family name you can trust.
Attention drivers, revamp your ride with top quality tires at Best Drive Bromfontein. Our seasoned technicians guarantee a perfect fit for a smooth, safe journey. Choose from premium brands to budget-friendly options, all at competitive prices with special offers. From tire installations to brakes and shocks, we have all your vehicle needs covered. We also specialize in wheels, batteries, and suspension repairs. Get to meet our hands-on director, Mohammed Desai. With over 3 decades of experience, he ensures you receive exceptional service. Enjoy Salah facilities and a complimentary tea or coffee while you wait. Don't compromise on safety and performance. Ample parking available and full-time security on premises. Visit Best Drive Braamfontein today or call 011 837 4000 or 5000. We are 1 kilometer off the M1 highway. Take the Smith Street off-ramp towards Fortsburg, Fitas. Best Drive Braamfontein, where excellence meets service.
Breaking stereotypes, moving boundaries, joining hands. Salam Media. Humanity sets the agenda.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome back to Salam Media, live streaming on www.salammedia.com. So we are speaking basically to Sister Kaylianne. She's giving us more light on ECD practitioners and what hopefully can be done in order to assist them in their education. So Sister Kaylianne, we know that schools, basically most schools, government schools, they have a problem with overcrowding, right? So we wanted to know that does this also happen in ECDs where they have like overcrowding?
Yes, definitely, Fatima. The same challenges that are faced there in basic education is actually within early childhood development as well. Limited resources, lack of training. There's very limited funding that also comes through to ECD centers. And that is one of the primary reasons why ECD practitioners earn the money that they do. They earn very little because most of the funds that come into the center go to the learners. The children and the learners in those centers. And remember, ECD centers are also located in very impoverished communities. And so ECD practitioners they actually go further than what they need to do, and they cook for the children. They cook meals because the children come from poor homes. Sometimes they provide nappies and other, hygienic needs because homes, families, mothers, as you say, just cannot afford the basic needs of children as well. And so the ECD sector is really, really struggling. ECD practitioners are picking up the slack, but in return, what are we doing? We are not giving them access to higher education so that they can do something better. And we are also not supporting them in terms of teacher professional development.
Hey, that's so true, and it's so sad because all what you're saying is exactly what happens in ECD centers where it's overcrowded, very poverty-stricken environments, and basically, yes, they cook and give nappies and do etc. etc. But then what can our government do to better the situation?
I think it was a good move from the government to move ECD over to basic education because that is really where it should be located. And there is this plan and hope that there will be a relationship between the Department of Social Development and basic education because some of the needs of the children is welfare, is growth, all those things that DSD actually does cater for. But
Yes.
I think it is very important to get ECD practitioners onto the payroll system of the government, similar to basic education teachers. If an ECD practitioner maybe has an ECD level 1, we can say she will be remunerated for a specific amount. Then it will be that ECD practitioner's goal and mindset to get a next level, level 4, so because there will be a higher salary, and level 5 higher, etc. Because that also creates motivation amongst the ECD practitioners to actually go and do the learnerships, to do the professional trainings, so that they can just become better at what they do, but also receive an equated remuneration. In addition, basic education teachers do have access to continuous professional development. They can sign up, for example, in the Western Cape, teachers can sign up to the WCED and say they want to do this training, that training. The same should be available for ECD practitioners. They must be able to sign up for training according to their own needs and according to the ECD, the needs in the ECD. So ECD is still run on a business model. Anyone can open an ECD center at any time. people can start working there, whether they are qualified or not. That has to change. I believe that if the government takes over that model and actually make ECD part of the government employment, then there will be a more positive change, because people will know that if I become better at my job, then I can actually be remunerated for it.
Actually, you just almost answered my next question, because that is exactly that, in terms of, because it's still on a business mode and all of that. So, how do we overcome all these other pop-ups, ECD centers, and then you find that there's a whole backlot of unregistered ECD centers?
Yes, Fatima, you have hit the nail on the head. There's a whole lot of unregistered centers. Anyone can start working in a center, whether they are qualified or not, whether they have good intentions or not. These are society's most vulnerable group, the children. We have to take care of their academically, in terms of their pathways into school, but also in terms of their own safety, their security, how we nurture them, how we love them. How can we say that we are okay with putting them into any home, any garage where somebody has just opened up an ECD center? Yes, there are many women who do a good job, very good, but we must regulate that sector for the sake of our children.
Definitely, we have to regulate it for the sake of the children, because yes, they are the most vulnerable group, and it does feel like government is doing far more less, or rather, they're more disadvantaged than any other group for that matter. So we're hoping government will do better, hopefully. And
Yes,
with that,
we are.
yes, sorry for that. You were saying?
Yes, now I'm just agreeing with you. We do hope that government will actually look at the sector and do something positive for the ECD practitioners, because as we change their lives, we are changing the lives of the children. Just imagine
Definitely.
more confidence, happier, and more capable of entering that foundation phase and being able to cope with the demands of that phase as well.
Yeah, let's hope that will happen soon. And what advice can you give to ECD practitioners?
Don't stop learning. ECD practitioners have got a wide network of women. This is the one thing that I learned when I was working in TVET college. They are disadvantaged, and the government has really just pushed them on the margins of society. But ECD practitioners work together. If anyone finds out about training, they tell each other, they share knowledge, they have a wonderful community of practice. And I think that the
Mm,
government can also hone into that. So don't stop learning, don't stop growing. There are many ECD practitioners who have actually gained access into higher education. That is one of the findings of my PhD. So it takes a long period for them, but they eventually get in. And so I would say to ECD practitioners, do not stop learning and do not stop trying. And try to look up and research recognition of prior learning, because recognition of prior learning is a program that is used for adult learners, non-traditional learners, to gain access into university programs. The University of the
mm.
Western Cape has got a very, very good RPL program. And if you go onto the UWC website, you will be able to search recognition of prior learning and find out what to do to be able to gain access. Go to your nearest TVET college, sign up for those learnerships. They do provide a very good foundation. Don't stop learning and don't stop growing. And I believe that change is coming. We just need to make sure that we talk about this, that we share information as widely as possible. But there will be a change that will come. I believe that.
Thank you so much for this informative session. Um, may God bless you abundantly. And then we've
Thank you
come to
so
the
much.
end. Thank you. We've come to the end of our segment. Thank you so much, and goodbye.
Thank you
Have
so
a
much,
great day.
Fatima. Bye.
Uh, Bye. Oh, wow. There you have it. So, ECD practitioners, don't stop learning, continue learning. change is coming. Thank you.
Connect